How to build discipline so strong that it even scares other people. I know. It's something that we say, well, oh, I want to be disciplined. I want to have discipline so large that indirectly it can be felt, right? And other people can look at it and say, wow, I want to be like John. I want to be like Jane. So how do we build that discipline? And let me say this, guys. The good thing and the good news is there's an ample amount of ways to build discipline. There's a myriad of ways to do it. The thing is, I can only speak on what I've done and the experiences that I've had. And I'm going to do that here today. Discipline that got me to really being competitive in almost all of the sports that I played, in being a semi-professional basketball player, in beating countless illnesses, and being an avid scholar and learning and being a studious person. I mean, in every way of my life, and losing 60 pounds of weight within 2 months. So all of that is going to be covered today. So look, let's just get straight into it. To build discipline, really, for me, the number one block is the want. You have to have a goal so big that it supersedes any moment of being tired or any period where I don't want to work, I don't want to do this, I want to rest. For me, when I played basketball, it was just, okay, I want to go to the NBA. When I lost weight, it was just, hey, I want to look the best that I can. And with everything else, with school, it was always, okay, I want to be the best student. I want to be the best student I can. All of these things. So first, you need to identify, why do you want to be so disciplined? Because the thing with extreme discipline is extreme discipline you can't do for the rest of your life. You can't, guys. Now, that's among people who are already disciplined. However, in comparison to people who may not be as disciplined, even when you're on periods of lull or not being as disciplined, it will still seem supremely disciplined to these people. So you need to figure out, okay, why do I want to do this? Let's say in your case, okay, you want to get into the best possible shape you can. Okay. So there's going to be days when you may be sick, you may be under the weather, but that will and that want will wake you up to get the work done that you're aspiring to do and to achieve. So that's good. Step number one is the want. Make sure that what it is that you wish to do is prevalent in your mind, within you, so that you're always reminded of that in the moments that you may want to stop or you may want to give in. Always remember that. Okay, so that's more interior wise. Now let's speak on the practical steps that we can take. Okay, for example, I found that the best way to be disciplined in anything you wish to do is to wake up early. I used to wake up at 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m., I guess on weekends, right? But the latest that I would do, like consistently, I would say maybe 8 a.m. And sure, you can get a lot of work done, and there's people who get a lot of things done. It's just, they didn't get up at 10 a.m. every day when they were starting the project, the business, whatever it may be. They can do that now to keep it maintaining. But we all have the same amount of time. Elon Musk and you have the same amount of time. Elon Musk and I have the same amount of time. So it's for me maximizing the time. So what I would do is wake up early. Because when you wake up early, from what I have experienced, every time that I'm up early, and sure, maybe sometimes I don't want to be up. My bed is right here. Sometimes I want to hop into the bed. But when I'm up at this time, it's like my brain reorganizes, and it's like I've already won the first battle, which is the biggest battle of the day. And so I see that pattern in everything that I do, whether that be in a conversation, whether that be like in having a conversation, right? Maybe some days you want to just go to work and you're nervous or something to speak to someone, whatever it may be. And since you already won that battle against the fear, against the laziness, you're more prone to being able to endure those moments that are like, oh no, I'll do my own thing. I'm kind of scared. I'm kind of tired to do that now. And that thing right there is the greatest gift. It's crazy. Because even if you go to bed late and you still want to be productive the next day, I get it. You want to wake up later. But even then, it's almost better to get less sleep and still wake up early. Because sure, you'll be tired, but you will just have that impact of still being up early. So that's what it is, right? And let's say you started off at waking up at 8 a.m. Okay, so we want you to wake up at 5 a.m. So how would we make this happen? So if you're waking up at 8 a.m., right, every day, 8 a.m., which is still good. So what we're going to do is the first week, you're going to wake up at 7 a.m. every day. And you're going to aim to do this 6 times out of the 7 days. So if you've done it a couple of weeks and it's been 3 or 2 times that week, that's still great. That's still progress. But we can't move on until it's 6 of the 7 days. And then when you hit the 6 days, awesome. Good job on you. Then we're going to go to waking up at 6 a.m. And so basically, when we're waking up at 6 a.m., the goal is going to be, okay, if I've done it 3 times this week, my aim is to get it to be 6 times. So I'm going to do it every day I possibly can. Up Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, good. And then you get 6, check. And then we're going to go to 5 a.m. And we're going to get 5 a.m., guys. Trust me, it'll be difficult. It will be difficult, especially if you're not used to waking up early. So what we're going to do is we're going to do waking up at 5 a.m. for 21 days. And this is excluding Sundays, right? I even now occasionally, Sundays, I wake up a lot later than I would do any of the other days. I just let my body kind of do as it pleases in terms of when it wants to wake up. Maybe I stay up slightly later watching a UFC fight, whatever it may be, right? And that's what I do. So you're going to do that for 21 days. So that would be 3 weeks doing it 6 days, and then half of the next week. That's how we get to the 21 days. All right. So once you've had this habit on, guys, you will see life completely different. A stage that I went through very similar was, it was to the point where I'm up and I'm like, man, I don't have enough time. Can I get some more? And you're like, man. And then you start thinking about waking up earlier, 4 a.m., 3 a.m. And if you can, power to you. It's just, I found in my case that at least now, maybe down the line it could change, but at least now, waking up at 3 a.m. or 4 a.m., I'm not doing it consistently yet. So I'm sure there will be a time, right? And yeah, that's really it, man. So waking up early, that's the next step. Okay. So once we've established this, your brain is firing completely differently. Now you want to go to the gym because these little things add up. Everything's related, guys, as I always say, I always harp on this, but everything is related. We need to understand that. Everything. So when you start the day off by winning the day, by being up early, you're inevitably going to win the day in one way, shape, or form. Okay, so now we're doing that. All right. So the next thing, and this goes hand in hand, and this personally, this is something that, okay, when I'm in my periods, as I said, of immense discipline, I don't struggle with at all. But when I'm in my periods of just kind of, let's say, average to normal discipline for myself, this is the one I struggle with the most. And this is going to bed at the same time every day. So if we're waking up at 5 a.m., and depending on how much sleep we need, I personally need 7 hours and 15 minutes to 7 hours and 30 minutes. So I aim to be in bed at 9:30 or just before 9:30. And so in your case, you need to aim to be in bed by 9:15, because the thing is, we aim to be in bed by 9:15 because inevitably the things of the day may occur, and so you give yourself a little gap to be in bed at 9:30 to get the requisite rest that you need. So that is supremely important, because the 5 a.m. wake up can't occur unless we're waking up from going to bed at 9:30. I'm looking, I'm like reflecting, I'm like, yeah. And so, yeah, that's the thing we need to do. In order to get to that stage of waking up early, to take advantage of the gifts of the moments that we have, we need to go to bed early. That's number one. Okay, so we're gonna do the same formula. Let's say you've gone to bed later at 11 p.m. So we're gonna do 1 week going to bed at 10:30 p.m., get 6 days. Then we're gonna do going to bed at 10 p.m., 6 days. And then we're gonna do going to bed at 9:30 p.m. And then once we have going to bed at 9:30 p.m. locked in and locked down, if you're really super disciplined, I recommend being in bed at 9 p.m., if not earlier. But 9 p.m. at a certain stage can become the hard deadline. And so now, guys, when you're going to bed at 9 p.m. and you're waking up at 5 a.m., it's hard for you not to be disciplined, because you're already doing something immensely difficult with the pressures of the people around you, who the majority aren't going to be going to bed at this time, and let alone waking up consistently at that same time. So you're already ahead of the curve in that way. And ultimately, guys, let's go over our 3 steps. Okay, so the first step is the will, the want, the belief, the desire. This is what I wish to do. This is supremely important to me. I need this. Okay. The second thing is waking up early, because that will set the tone of the day completely. It will set it completely up. So you need that. And thirdly is going to bed early. These are the keys, guys. And don't get me wrong, we could be here for hours, because I love to speak on discipline. It's just, these are the pillars, because I want you to be disciplined in every area of your life, just as myself. Because to be disciplined in one area, there's a lot of people who are disciplined in one area, and ultimately if the majority of people are disciplined in one area, you can't be disciplined, because to be disciplined you have to stand out from the rest, let's say. And to do that, you have to be disciplined in more than one area. So understand that, guys. It's been an absolute joy talking to you all, being able to speak on this. I mean, I love speaking on this topic. So yeah, if any of you have any questions, comments, anything like that at all, please feel absolutely free to leave a comment here, to Instagram DM me at Gabriel _. And let's go, guys. I'm very excited to see what you're capable of, because I know what you're capable of. But the question is, do you? God does, and I certainly believe in you. Let's go.